Hi everyone, hope you all are doing really well. And this is you have voted, right? HR management round interview question. So, most of the time it happens even in your technical rounds. There was a management round questions, and maybe the HR questions comes up. And yes, so we have shortlisted some of the questions, and here we have some around 15 questions wherein you will be having how to answer those questions. So I think that is most important. You know the questions, right? But how to answer it, most people doesn't know it, and some of the question will lead us for the failure in our interviews. So I think this video can help you out in how to answer in those questions, how you understand what is the you will understand in this video, you will understand why this question has been asked to you, because every organization does not ask you every questions, right? But if particular organization asks you in that questions, why they have asked you and what kind of answer they are expecting you to give. And so these answers really help you to impress the interviewer. So yeah, let's, without wasting time, we'll move ahead. And this is the very, I think most of the, I think 80% of all interviews begin with this innocent questions. And many for example, our my audience is also is a freshers also. They are very newcomers also, those who have just got into the organizations where they work for 3 years or 4 years, and then they wanted to move into, and 2 years, after 2 years they wanted to move into, and what all they sometimes not prepare this question. And this question is very important. Whatever written in your CV, that has to be, if now the CV size has been reduced and you will be just putting the pointers in the CVs, but in tell me something about yourself, you really have to tell something about your uh, your work experiences and the tools and technologies you have worked on. So you really have to prepare, because sometimes what happens is you will be saying some you know 15 or 16 17 16 15 or 16 sentences, which is really not required. So can you, the way you summarized it into in your resume, that's how you have to prepare, that how you summarize these questions and finish it in within a 5 minutes, wherein you speaks about the tools and technologies, and what all things you have worked on, which is mainly you see the job description also, and in job description how it is relevant with your skills. So you really have to point out those skills where it is required for. Like for example, if you they are looking for Selenium with automations, you have to tell more about Selenium with automations and your framework details and everything that is really required them to know, that okay, you have worked on, not that everything how framework works and all, but what in all, what extra you have used it in your frameworks, and how you do it, like like you do Git, and you have to tell that you worked with Git for the version controlling. And let's say you work with manual, so manual testing, what all tools you have worked. Like for example, for the test management tool, mainly we don't tell about test management tool, but that is also plays a important role in latest. Like we use Azure DevOps, we use team foundation servers, and there are a lot many tools we use. So I think those, the knowledge of the use, like you have to tell about sprints, scrums, and the meetings you attend. I think those all things are really required to tell you about. Tell me something about yourself. And to do these, if you can follow these step, like do all the homeworks you can before the interview to uncover the person's wants and needs, not the generalized needs of the industries or company. As early as you can, in the interview, ask for more complete descriptions of what the positions, what about the positions. You might say, I have a number of accomplishments I like to tell you about, but I wanted to make the best use of our time together and talk directly to your needs. Like, to help me do that, could you tell me more about the most important priorities of these positions? All I know is what I heard from the recruiter. These kind of stuffs you can tell them. You really have to answer in such a way, this question, that your second or third question will define from this question. Okay, so if you tell about tools and technologies, and you're really well versed with all those things, if you tell them, and probably when I said I when I said I wanted them to ask me about this question, so I said this thing that I've worked on MongoDB, which is very out of the blue question, and how it works out for me. And I really give them a good examples, though I know about the basic of it, but I think my three or four questions based on that, and probably I was able to answer them clearly. And and the answers of every questions was the same, but they were really looking out to me that I really know the difference in how it is happening in MongoDBs. And the thing is, you really have to tell them the tools and technologies and what all latest you really have to work on those things. So yeah, let's move on the next. This question I've not written because I really don't know what I have to write here. So uh, exactly, if you okay guys, because we just started and some people don't watch my entire video sometimes, and there's a reason some for some people. So if you really want me to give you the answer of some specific questions, you can put in the comment section below, and probably I can answer you in the specific way, maybe the examples I can give you, and like tell me something about yourself. I think uh, I can make it into what I can say. I can make it some PDF or no be like for examples. I can make some examples like this is how you can do it. I can do the homework which you're gonna do it from your own. I can help you with. So you can mail me, or you can put me in the comment. You can tag me in the comment section below so that I can help you with the questions. And because here I'm giving you the guidelines that how you can answer it and what are the homeworks you have to do it from your end. And but if you want me to give you the specific answers, you can put the questions into the comment section. I'll happy to help you in a specific type of answer, because every person is different, their answer should be different, so I can help you with that. So what is your greatest strength? So the trap is, the question seems like a softball law, but be prepared, you don't want to come across as egotistical or arrogant. Neither this time to be, this is the very time to be like very humble, and you have to be very patient, and you have to give the answers which suits them. That your strength shouldn't be like I'm a talk act, I'm very sociable, and I'm like this, I'm this and that shouldn't be needed for that job. Your strength should match with the job profile. So best answer, that your key strategies to first uncovers your interviewer greatest want, okay, needs before you answer the questions. And from question one, you know how to do this, okay. You will also ask the questions to the interviewer, that I think these are the things you are looking at, because that communication, if you start doing communications from the interviewer, you might knowing it out. And prior to the interview, you should be having the list mentally prepare of your greatest strength. And like you have 10 greatest strength, you have make a list, so you will see which strength will give me this job. You have to match, you have to do, you really have to be very active at that time, and you have to see which strength of mine will suit this job profile, and what strength is interviewer looking out for. So I think by this time, when he asks you this question, he probably you're impressed with you, and most of the questions he asks you, and probably that time will your mind will, if you have those lists, your mind will give you the best answer, like which strength of yours will suit the job profile. So you should always have a specific example or two with illustrate each strength, an example chosen from your most recent and most impressive achievements. Okay. uh, I think the proven in general, I think 10 most desirable traits that all employers love to see in their employees. A proven track record as an achiever, especially if your achievements match up with the employer's greatest want and needs. Right, so if whatever awards you have put in into, if you got some awards, and you can showcase them that this is like, if for example you have got the award for the automations work, and now the market is for Selenium automation, I think that award you can showcase them, that I've built this thing from the scratch, and that and what I have done it, and which gives them a good release. And yeah, we got the award for that. Intelligence management system, how you manage a team of two or three, that is the thing. Honestly, integrity, a decent human being, good fit with corporate culture, someone to feel comfortable with, a team player who messes well and interviews team, like likability, positive attitude and sense of humor, good communication skills. You guys really have to work on your communication skills when you say. And dedications, willingness to walk the extra miles to achieve the excellence, defiance of purpose, clear goals, enthusiasm, high level of motivations, confident and healthy, and a leader. You always say that I always believe in myself, and how you do it. And I always read the positive quotes in the morning to stay myself positive. And there are a lot of things you do it, and I think how that helps you in your work. That is also you need to tell them. Now, what is your greatest weakness? Okay. Like sometimes they ask you these questions, and sometimes and these questions may eliminate you also. So it's you have to tell your weakness in the form of your strength. So it's not a weakness, it's a weakness but a strength. You have to tell them the weakness, which count as a strength. Okay, like if you really get pressurized when you have a work. No, this is not the thing. So you will be like over workaholic, and sometimes you will do it, and like you always tends to complete your work on time. So that complete works on time, that makes sometimes makes my what you can say, sometimes I really have to change my schedules, like my I have to change my priorities based on work, and because of my workaholic nature, and I can't help it because work makes me happy. And but sometimes I think I should have my personal life as well, and I'm trying maintaining it. So I'm prioritizing my work, and like if I can do that work maybe on the next day without affecting the my current schedule or my deliverables, I think that will I can do it, and I'll definitely gonna work on that. And probably, so like you're workaholic, right? So that shows I'm like, "Nay, this guy, we really want this guy." So like that. Like for example, I sometimes push my people too hard. I like to work with a sense of urgency, and everyone is not always on the same wavelength, right? The drawback is the strategy is better than admitting a flaw, right? So in this way, if you say, but it's so widely used, it is transparent to any experience into interviewer, right? So this, if this kind of things you will say, and as I said, na, कि you have to show them that yes, you're very workaholic. Your dedication towards work is very much that you are compromising your stuff and stuff. But yeah, ideally we shouldn't have those kind of weaknesses, and we if we do have it, like we are very workaholic and we are compromising our health in terms of that, that is not appreciable. In terms of, if you someone ask me, I will definitely say your health is your first priority. Okay. This is the question where everyone asks, like, why you're leaving this current position, why you're leaving your current organization. So this, sometimes we are messed with this, and we sometimes starting telling the um, bad about the current organization, which some people don't like it, right? So never ever bad mouth your previous or currently, like you're currently working, right, about your company, about your about your board, about your boss, about your staff, about your employees, about your clients. Never ever, never be negative. So like you have heard it, right? Any mud you hurl will only soil your own suit. So especially avoid works like personality clash, didn't get along, or others which cast shadow on your competence, integrity, or temperament. So this rule is like, especially don't use like these kind of words you shouldn't have to say. So best answer that if you have a job presently, so you can say if you're not yet 100% committed to leaving your present post, right? Don't be afraid to say so. Since you have a job, you're strong, you are in a stronger position right now, okay, than someone who does not. But don't be coy either. State honestly what you had been hoping to find in a new spot. Of course, as stated often before, your answer will be stronger if you have already uncovered what this position is all about. You match your desire to it. So, for example, you are looking for some specific role in your current organization, but you're not getting it even after you're doing it, and because the business is not there in that current organization, and I wanted to work in that kind of business sense, and I wanted to explore that area of mine, and I wanted to really grow in that area, and that is my personal interest, and the area should be like uh, it should be the matching, the job description, it should be matched with your with the new job description. So I think that's how you can do it, that you really be looking out for that role since from very long, and I didn't get an opportunity in my current organization, and so I thought of looking out for that opportunity where I can explore more and fly my like spread my wings across that areas, like that you can use. Okay. Okay. So, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Uh, Most of the time, it is happening, right? Um okay, I'm just getting this. Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? Because what happens is, this question, what I was saying is that's the reason I didn't get it. Okay, so what happens is, in your sometimes in your technical round, right, in your technical round also, like if you have two technical rounds, and the second technical round will be definitely a management questions. So these questions will always be there. Okay, so it's not about specifically a management or HR round, it will be in the technical round as well. So like you should understand why one reason to you ask this question is to see if you are settling for this position, using it mainly as stopover until something better comes along, or they could be trying to gauge your level of ambitions. So if you're too specific, that is naming the promotions you someday hope to win, you will sound right. If you're too vague, you will be seen rather less, right. Best answer is, reassure your interviewer that you are looking to make a long term commitment. This is the position entails exactly what you're looking to do and what you do extremely well. As your for your future, you believe that if you perform each job at hand with excellence, and future opportunities will take care of themselves, right? So that's why you have to see that I'll do my job well, and if I see that those growth, that will be really helpful, and I'm looking out for the settlement in my life. And right now I really wanted to work in that area and explore my wings into it, and I think that will take a time for me to, like for example, if you're moving it from one domain into another, like you're into manual and not getting automation, and you wanted to have more automations, and this organization is giving you that thing. So you can say that, yeah, I wanted to move into automation since really long time, and now I get an opportunity in if I get an opportunity, I really take time to absorb all the things. And I think and that time I will I'll take a time to absorb everything, and to be into the system. And then I wanted to look out for a good position, or maybe I wanted to excel in the same position where I'm in right now, when what I got in right, maybe after this selection process. And maybe I'll see myself, and I will, if I'll be performing really well and absorbing really well, I think I shouldn't be bothered about the future opportunities. I will definitely get it. That is the belief in myself says. And yes, I will see, like maybe I will be the team lead of this organization, probably, because I think if I have those experiences and if I perform well, I may get it. So like that you can say. So you can also say that I've definitely like the way you can say is I definitely interested in making a long term commitment to my next position. Judging by what you have told me about this position, it's exactly what I'm looking for, and what I'm very well qualified to do in terms of my future career path. I am confident that if I do my work with excellence, opportunity will inevitable open up for me. Opportunities will inevitable open for me. It's always been that way in my career, and I'm confident that I will have similar opportunities here as well. Like that, you can answer, right? That's the reason I told you that prepare. And if you want me to give you the specific answer, those who want, the one just now have told you were not able to write it down, so you can comment in the comment section. I can help you. Like you can, there are a lot of questions. Like if you want me to give you the best answer, like how to answer also, how you can prepare your own answer. This video is for that. But if you want me to give you some specific piece of answer, that how you can just learn it and say it in front of interviewer, I can help you with. So you can put in the because I cannot write all the questions and answer, because their part 2 will also be coming, and for this specific question I can definitely help you with answers. Okay, why should I hire you? Okay, this is the question. Believe it or not, this is a killer question, because so many candidates are unprepared for it. And if you're a stammer or ad-lib, you have blown it. So, what you can say, are you qualified? Best answer is, by now you can see how critical is to apply the overall strategies of uncovering the employer's need before you answer these questions. So, if you know employer's greatest needs and desire, this question will give you a big leg up over the others candidate, because you will give him the better reasons for hiring than anyone else. Like you can even use your this thing. You can even use your strength to to fit in the employer needs, that this is strength of mine will definitely help me, to grow in your organizations and faster. And I think my skills will help me to, I think my skill suits the organizational needs. In that way you can answer. So you can say also, right, as I understand your need, you are the first and the foremost looking for someone who can manage the, for example, the automations and the selenium and the um, testing deliverables. As you have said that you need someone with a strong with a strong knowledge of Java, or maybe the manual testing process. This is where I've spent almost all of my career, so I have chalked up. Okay, I believe that I know the right contacts, methods, principles, successful management techniques, as well as any other person can in our industries. And you also need someone who can expand your book distribution, like expand your, you know testing efforts. And like, I think that my prior experience also says this, and my awards also says this, and I think I've really done great in my previous job. So you need someone to give a new shot in the arm of your this thing in like give a new shot in the areas of your testing. And I think that kind of stuff you can say. And yeah, I was just reading something. Yeah. Why do you want to work at our company? Okay, so this is will tell you that what I think, what homework you have done it before coming into um, here, like before interview you have searched the company's thing is a not, and what all you know about your company. So this question tests whether you have done any homework about the firm. If you haven't, you lose. If you have, you win big. The best answer this question is your opportunity to hit the ball out of the park, thanks to the in-depth research you should do before any interview. Best source for researching your target company's annual reports, the corporate newsletters, contacts at the company, or suppliers, advertisements, articles. So this is the way thing is, you really have to look out what companies is doing, and the research you really have to done it, and what terms of and the areas you are working on, and what kind of work they do it. So I think interviewer, I think you can ask more questions to the person who is taking you to the this thing, that you can take a 5 minutes about them and ask. When you get a call, you ask about the company, what is the rules and everything you ask, and you take a pen and paper and write everything. So those things you can do it at that time. So okay, this question I think for some of my students also, uh, who has a gap also. Some people has a maternity gaps, and some people have, have the gaps in their careers, right? Some people does have it, right? And sort of question, if you've been on the beach a long time, you don't want to seem like a damaged good, right? By sense is you want to empathize the factor which have to prolong your job search by your own choice. Okay. After my job was terminated, I made a conscious decision not to jump on the first opportunity to come along. In my life, I found out that you can always turn some negative into positive. You try hard enough. This is what I determined to do it. I decided to take whatever time I need to think about through what I do best, what I most want to do, where I like to do about it. Then identify those companies that could offer me such an opportunities. Also, in all honesty, you have to work in the factor you have to factor in the recession, consolidation, stabilization, etc. In the banking, financial services, manufacturing, advertising, etc. So you have to see all those things. Okay. So in between my selective and the companies in our industry downsizing, the process has taken time. But in the end, I'm convinced that when I do find the right match, all that careful evaluations from both the side of the desk will have been well worthwhile for both the company that hires me and myself. I think this is a good answer. Tell me about the situation when your work has was criticized. I think this is also a tough question because it's more clever and It has to be very clever and subtitle way to you to admit to a weakness. You can't dodge it by pretending that you have never been criticized. Everybody has been, yet it can be quite damaging to start admitting potential faults and failures that you've just as soon as you leave buried. This question is also intended to prove how well you accept criticism and directions. So, best answers begin by emphasizing the extremely positive feedback you have gotten throughout your career, and if it is true that your performance reviews has been uniformly excellent. Whatever criticism you have gotten, you have taken it in a positive way, and because your negative feedbacks are also a positive feedback, which really help you to work in a, which will help you to move you towards excellence. So that's how you have to tell them. Can you work under pressure? This, this is a trap. Easy question, but you want to make your answer believable. Okay. Absolutely. Then prove it with a vivid example or two of your goal or project accomplished under severe pressure. So you can make the answer of it, right? And mm, I am just remembering when I did it and what example I can give you. Give me a second. I think yes, what at times of release, everyone works in a pressures and they have to tell. So what you do is like in the pressures, you just prioritize your work and based on your priority, you divide your work, how much you can take it, and manage with the time. You are good. You said good at time management, right? I think I use my skills. That I'm good at time management and I always believe in positivity and calm. I always remain calm. I don't pressurize myself because it affects my work. So I'll make self I do meditation to calm my mind in the morning and then I'll start managing the time, and I think with a good time management I can handle the pressure. Hmm. God, gave a good answer. So who inspired you in your life and why? The two traps that here are unpreparedness and irrelevance. If you grope for an answer, it seems that you have never been inspired. If you ramble about your high school's basketball coach, you have wasted an opportunity to present qualities of great values the company. Best answer is have a few you heroes in your mind from a mental board of directors, leaders in your industries, from the history or anyone else who has been your mentor. Be prepared to give the examples of how their words and actions or teachings have helped you inspire your achievements is always prepare an answer which highlights qualities that would be highly valuable in the positions you are seeking. So I think you really have to have some role models in your life, and because people are they are, if you are, it's not about the actors or actresses or like that you should be having, but you should have it from your board of directors. There are people who really inspires you from their how they have achieved things in their life and how they make the differences in other lives. I think that is something which you really see, and um, what we say that adapt from them, and and start cultivating those qualities in your life. I think that really help you in your personal life as well. So what changes would you make if you can become on board? If you come on board, like what if we hire you, what changes you will do? Watch out. This question can be delay your candidacy faster than a bomb on the track. So you are about to be hired. Okay. So no matter how bright you are, you cannot know the right actions to take in position where you settle in, right? Get to know the operations strengths and weaknesses, key people, financial conditions, methods of operations, etc. If you launch at this temptingly baiting questions, will you probably seen as someone who shoots from the hip? Moreover, no matter how comfortable you may feel with your interviewer, you're still an outsider. No one, including your interviewer, likes to think that not all outsiders going to come in and turn the place upside down with the sweeping grand gesture. Promptly demonstrate what jerks everybody beings for a year, right? Most people does that actually. So I think, and even you shouldn't have that mindset. You should know how business work. Because how your current organization work doesn't mean that your new organization also work in the same way. So you have to see how business. You have to understand the operations, everything. If you are into a big organization, you really have to understand because there people sitting here are not the jerks, right? If they are following some stuff, they're doing something. So that is something which is because you may, and if you're doing something which is, no, I wanted to change everything, I wanted to do upside down, and so you prove yourself as a jerk. So don't go with that mindset, just go and absorb everything and see where you can fit in, and where you can use your and slowly you can use your strengths to make the enhancement in the system if you like. And you see how, if that business, if that give us the more business and help us in growing our business and for making our work better, I'll definitely showcase and present those ideas to my team and see if that we can incorporate with the current stuff what we are having it. So right now I'll look out, because right now I don't know, right? So I cannot comment or judge anything, and I'm no one to judge firstly. So in that we can answer that I'm here. As you know, I am coming out, I have, with my experiences I will go and absorb how what kind of process and operations they work, and how business work. And if I see it, if there's a what if I can make it like, if I see whatever knowledge of mine will fit into the operations and the processes what we do it, and if we are not doing that thing, and if I see that knowledge will help them in moving our life easy, in making our life easy and making our task easier, I will definitely propose it to the team and see if each one of them are comfortable with, and how we are getting fruit out of it. So it's not like I will go and doing the process and making the difference. Like, if I'll make the change, I'll definitely help to uh, make it to the other level. But yes, I'll be going along with the team, right? So I will definitely add the value, I will definitely add the value, because that is been I'm hired for. But it's not like I'm going alone. I'm a team player, I'll work with my team and I'll see where how I can enhance my team. How about you feel about working nights and weekends? You can firstly understand this. If you have those things, you can upfront ask to the HRs and everything, that do you guys work on weekends, and how the weekend policies are and night shifts are. Okay, so okay, but what if you have like, you can say seriously, if you have to work like this, definitely you should kiss the job offer goodbye and say goodbye to the job offer. But if you have a family and want to work a reasonable normal schedule, is there a way to get the job and schedule the one you want? The best answer is, if you're confirmed workaholic, this caution is a softball law. Whack it out to the park on the first swing by saying this kind of schedule is just your style. Add that your family and understand it. Indeed, they are happy for you, as they knew that you are the you got a greatest satisfaction from your work. If, however, you prefer a more balanced lifestyle, answer this question with another. What's the norm of for your best place, best people here? If the hours still sound unrealistic for you, ask, do you have any top people who perform exceptionally for you, but who also have a families like to get home in time to see them at night? Chances are this company does, and this associates you with this other top performers who leave not later than 6, right, group. So I think there are, they just ask you sometimes if it is required, like, definitely. But why we required it in weekend, that you really need to ask the interviewer a question. Sorry guys, I cannot stop this video and I really need a water badly. So my voice is like cracky. Are you willing to relocate or travel? Answer with a flat no if you slam the door shut on this opportunity. But if you rather prefer not to relocate or travel, yet wouldn't want to lose a job offer over it, first find out where uh, you may have to relocate and how much travel may be involved. Then respond to the question. If it is on site, then why not? Jokes apart. If there's no problem, say enthusiastically. If you do not have a reservation, there are two schools of thought on how to handle it. One advise you to keep your options open and your reservations to yourself in the early saying, going by saying no problem. Your strategy here is to get the best offer you can, then make a judgment. It's a personal choice. And I think based on your needs and wants, you can say this thing, and you can know about like what relocations or travel is required for this job. You can get the description. Can I, before answering it, I need to know more about the relocations and the travel details. If you can let me know, I can tell you, because if I have a family to run, I really need to look up how my family is managing the same stuff together, right? Okay, now here comes to Anne. This is my questions also. Sometimes back this question has been asked to me, and yeah, why you have so many jobs? So I think in today's era, many people are switching job like anything. So I think this question is a very relevant question to them. So your interviewer fears you may leave these positions quickly as you have the another offers, right? So he concerned you may be unstable or a problem person, right? Who can get along with others, who can't get along with others. Okay, so first answer is best answer is, first, before you even get into the interview stage, you should try to minimize your image as a job hopper. You should prepare this question, right? Even I was a job hopper, so I have my own reasons, and which is very valid. And even you can make your own reason. I think everyone, when people do job hopping, there must be some strong reason that's why they will be doing it. So I think you can make a reason which empathize you, not the organization should get empathize, right? So you should make a point wherein you should prepare this thing, how you want to answer these questions. And I think my second switch of mine was not that great. Like, it's not like I've switched in 11 months. I think I've served only 11 months in that organization. And I think to answer that question, it's been very tough for me. And even now, when I switch, why you have switched the organization is very good, and I'm still missing it. But yes, everyone works for money, but you cannot say the same thing. You have to have something which empathize your passion and dedication towards work. Everything should be there, and you should have make a valid point towards it. So um, if there are several entries on your resume of less than 1 year, consider eliminating the less important ones. Perhaps you can specify the time you spent at previous positions in the round years, not in months and years. Okay, like I've said, 11 months, it's, I just said a year. I never said that I worked for 11 months. So I think that's how you should tell them. And you should tell them about your passions and stuff like that, that you really wanted to work in that organization, and that is what you have your personal reasons, and you can, how you convert your personal reasons to professional, you guys know. And if you do homework on these questions, definitely that will help you out in your interview. So here we comes to the end, and I just wanted to say that your follow, like, and subscribe, and your comments does matter to me, guys. And please like, subscribe, and share as much as you can. And just your like will really motivates me. And your some people have just commented, I really got a good comment, and that really makes my day, really motivates me to make more videos.